Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with Forged Irish Stout, Empire Fight Store, freebets.com. We are here, the returning John Hedges. John, it's been more than a minute. A little bit of an injury, but you must be buzzing for Saturday.
Matt, honestly, I can sit here and say I've never wanted to fight so bad in my life. Even when you first turn pro, you've got so many nerves and you got this. See now, I'm ready to have a fight, and that's where I want it to be. Do you know what I mean? It's where the buzz. I feel like I'm back home. Do you know what I mean? I'm in front of where I want to be. You
mentioned obviously you're buzzing, happy to be back, but how difficult has these last, this last year been for you? Because as boxers, I know everyone thinks it's all glam and you're getting paid millions of pounds, but it's not always the case for you. You're relying on dedication and loyalty from sponsors. You've still got to try and keep yourself in some form of shape, even though you can't punch. What's it been like? Just give us a bit of an insight.
Matt, I'd like to dress it up, but mate, it's been shit. Like, I'll be honest with you. The first, sorry about my language as well, sorry about that. The first 5-6 months were probably the worst because you never really see an end point. You've got a cast in your hand. Obviously, you can't do a lot with it. But the main thing with me, what I just tried to do, I went back to work sort of thing. I had to pay bills, and I might look the part and all this, but like you say, unless you're fighting, money ain't coming in. So the realisticness is it made me just hungry for it, and it's a blessing, mate. I'm telling you, everything happens for a reason. That happened when it happened. Best thing that ever could happen to me. Put me where I needed to be, and I've always been humble, but it just humbled me even more.
You've come a long way since your debut. You touched on there on stage from that kid who came out, and it's sort of much talked about as well. And you were under a lot of scrutiny in some quarters, but you came through that. You've had a good career to date. Do you feel like everything you've been through, maybe like the injury setback, has that made you sort of mentally stronger coming into this next stage of your career?
Yeah, definitely, Matt. Look, what else can I face now? I took probably more stick than any person's ever took on a debut. I've took that. It's in my stride. I've broken my hand in my last fight, so I nearly had all that grief. Obviously, I had the operation done. I've come against controversy, but that's what builds us as people, man. And I want to be an unbelievable fighter, but I want to make myself an unbelievable person outside the ring as well. So it's all building character. And like I say, these are the steps what will make you the difference between one level and world level. So it's all going to go. It's on my CV. Do you know what I mean?
Cruiserweight, John Hedges now as well. You mentioned 6'6". You always, I know when you started, you're a big boy, but you sort of. You're like you're developing that man strength now, kind of thing. You're coming through. You're developing nicely. You feel that you're now going to make this division your home kind of thing over the next 12 months. Yeah,
the John you're going to see Saturday night compared to a John you're going to see in 2 years is going to be too different. But we're going to be making the same weight. I promise you that. I've moved up the cruiser, but I'll be honest with you. I come back from injury, fat as a ball, 106 kilo, heavyweight, and that kind of, I weren't as fat as what people think in that sort of sense. I was 106 and I put on shoulder weight, so it was one of them ones, Matt. I come back heavy. I said, there's no way, let's be realistic. I'm 6'6", 21. Why am I doing light heavy?
How did you were making that?
I was doing catch weight, if I'm honest with you, and everyone was calling me out of light heavy, and I wanted to come on camera and say to people, I'm never going to make this weight, but you know what it's like. You have to hold the candle to the devil. You have to make fights interesting, and I was making 84s, 85s. And I'm struggling to make that. And then when you got to make 79.2 kg, it's a scary thing. So cruiserweight was always where I was going to be. I've sparred cruisers all my life, and yeah, I can't wait to campaign at this weight.
Well, look, new weight, back punching, injury free. What's an ideal year look like for you?
Active. I said it last year. It was all gas, no brakes, but I didn't manage to only have the one. So this year, I just genuinely want to be active. I don't care if they go the distance, if I get the stoppage, I just want to fight, I want to win, and I want to push on. And as I said on the press conference there, I'd love a belt by the end of this year, so that's my target.
Still only young, plenty of potential, and obviously now you've got this injury out of the way, sort of world's your oyster. You've got a message for your fans, the one who've stuck by you through this injury, and obviously your sponsors and everyone who's got behind you, because they play a major role in you developing, obviously outside the ring, inside the ring. You've got a message for all of them?
Especially to me, well, to fans and sponsors, especially to me sponsors, though, without yous, I just want to give a quick mention to everyone. Brack Contracts, Precise Security, Sleep.8, MK1 Scaffolding, Iconic Group, look, Muzzy, Sean Curran, they've all been there, Adam Clark, they've all helped me massively, and I'll be honest, like you just said there, Matt, without them I wouldn't be in this position I am today. I'll be back at working on a building site 9 to 5, and it ain't a life for me. So thank you for keeping me dream alive, and I'll put in the best shift you've ever seen on Saturday night.
John Hedges, it's been a while, but I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the ring Saturday.
Thank you, mate.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.